Yo, 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 what up, though? This is your boy, Crispy Daniels, and y'all are now on Show and Talk. All right, so this is a continuation from yesterday. We was talking about the movie Barbarian. So when I was doing my review for it yesterday, I didn't want to spoil anything because the movie is still fairly new, about 2 weeks now. So I didn't want to, just come in and be like, yo, such, just do like a spoiler review movie or whatever. But I'm gonna try to explain the movie. You know what? Fuck it, spoilers. So y'all niggas been warned. So if you want to go see the movie, just stop this video, go watch it, and then come back. So basically, the synopsis of the movie is the main star. Her name is Georgina Campbell. That's the actress's name. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot what her name is in the actual movie, but she gets an Airbnb, this house or whatever. She rents out this house. And then when she gets there, she comes to find out there's somebody else, already renting it out. So the place was double booked by accident. So what happens after that is, the guy that invites her in, because at first she was going to stay at a hotel or whatever, but she was in town for a job interview. So the guy, tells her to come in, which I think, he was trying to, sleep with her, but he was a little shy and all that. So, but he was weird and awkward too. So, they had conversations. She didn't trust him at first. Like he wanted her to have some tea, but she didn't trust it, which I didn't blame her, by the way, because like it's a stranger, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she winds up taking a shower, getting ready for bed and all that. So the guy is sitting at the kitchen table. So when when the camera pans back to the guy, like when she's walking back into the kitchen, it's like the guy stares awkwardly for a minute, but then it's like he snaps out of it. So he pours the wine and they sit down and have a cup of wine or whatever before she, goes. And then no. For a while, they start talking and she starts loosening up around him and all that. So they just, have conversations and start, playing games or whatever. He's showing her how to do shit. So later on, when she finally gets ready and, goes to bed, she wakes up in the middle of the night because she hears something. It's her door is open because she had shut it before she laid down. So she went in the living room and she saw the guy still on the couch asleep. Which now I will say, around this time, the movie piqued my interest because of the suspense. You know what I'm saying? You think the dude might wake up and start acting crazy or something like that. But it turns out he was just dreaming. So after that, because you can see, like, when she's walking towards the living room, it looked like somebody walked by or another door had opened up. So we already know what I know, what's going on now. But to those who haven't seen the movie, you don't know yet. But so she scares the guy awake, and then he starts tripping on her or whatever. She apologizes and then go back to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like this time she locks her room door. So the next morning, she wakes up and then the dude leaves a note on the table. He had to step out. So she winds up getting ready, going to her job interview, which didn't really take long at all. So she winds up coming back early before the dude. So what happens is, like, as she's opening the door, there's, another dude walking down the street towards her, like slowly. And then, well, actually, I think he starts running. He's trying to tell her to get out the house. You know what I mean? Like, and now when I saw that, I thought he was just like, one of the, people or whatever that starts, hunting her and shit or hunting her. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is he tries to get to her. And then she gets in the house right there, right before he grabs her. So he's still knocking on the door, whatever, banging on the door, trying to get her to get out the house. So after that, hey, what happens after that, yo? It has something to do with the basement. So no, okay. What happens is she's taking a piss or whatever, right? So she's in the bathroom using the bathroom, and she discovers there's no toilet paper. So She's looking all around the house for toilet paper, can't find none. And then she goes down to the basement, turns the lights on, sees a whole pack of toilet paper down there. She goes down there, she gets it, tries to bring it back up, but gets locked in the basement in the process. And then after that, she starts, panicking or whatever, trying to get out. So she gives up on trying to get out. So she's in the basement chilling, you know what I mean, until I guess old dude gets home. So eventually the guy does, before the guy shows up, remember, y'all, this is still a new movie, and I'm trying my best to remember everything because I'm doing this off the top of the head. So the guy, you know what I'm saying, doesn't show up yet, but she does discover like this pull string or this rope or whatever, right, to a hidden door in the basement. So she pulls it, and then the door opens. And then when she walks in, to your left, it's like a dark hallway, and then to your left, she discovers this room where it's like this mattress, look like it with dry blood, and then it's like a camera right there pointing at the mattress. And then she, doesn't know what that's about. So she's tripping. She leaves the room, and then she still don't know what else to do. And I gotta say this, yo, like this chick in this movie, man, yo, she was pissing me off bad because she was making stupid fucking decisions. And we'll get to that later, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is the dude, he eventually shows back up, right? So he's knocking on the door, and then she can't get to it because obviously she's stuck in the basement. So she's knocking on the window trying to get his attention, and eventually he sees her, and he opens the window to the point where, she's now able to hand him the key so he can unlock the door and open the basement to let her out. And he does just that. So eventually what happens is she starts panicking to him, bugging, you know what I mean, saying that there was a hidden room down there and it had a camera, blah, blah, blah. The dude thought she was just, tripping at first or whatever. So he decides he wants to go down there and take a look. And then she was wanting to get the hell out of there first, you know what I'm saying? But the dude told her to just stay there until I come back up. And she agreed to it, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, why? You know what I mean? Like, why? You don't know this dude from the hole in your ass. And this is like, you gonna stand right there and wait for him to come back up? Because I'll be honest, y'all, I thought that dude, you know what I'm saying? I really thought he had some sinister shit going on. You know what I mean? So now this part right here, this is what I was talking about earlier when I said she was making stupid fucking decisions. So she decides to go back down there when he didn't come back up. And she's looking all through the basement. So she walks back into that hidden room. She doesn't see him in the room with the mattress and the camera. So she goes further down the hall. Come to find out, it's another door, right? So she opens that door, and the guy's name is Keith, by the way, in the movie. She's calling this dude's name in the complete darkness, don't know what's going on. And I'm like, yo, you just keep going. If you don't hear the dude calling back, get the fuck out of there. Call the police or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just keeps going, looking for this dude. You know what I'm saying? So that part right there really annoyed me, man. But I will say this, it had me on the edge of my seat at the same time. Because you don't know what she was about to run into. I thought, the dude was going to pop up behind her or something. But that wasn't the case. So what happens is the dude eventually emerges in the dark, crawling on all fours. It looked like at first he was possessed or something, but he wasn't. He was trying to, warn her, like, we got to go this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he came from, he wanted her to go that way, but she wanted to go back out, which that was probably the smartest decision she tried to make in the movie, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion. But eventually, while they fighting over that, this fucked up looking woman, you know what I'm saying, she was like naked. She looked like a creature or whatever, just comes out of nowhere, grabs the dude, starts smashing his head against the wall until he no longer has a face. Like, that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll admit, the kills in this movie was pretty gruesome. You know what I'm saying? But after that, she tries to get away, but she is unsuccessful. You know what I'm saying? So, it cuts to another scene to, where this dude, you know what I'm saying, he was driving down a road, you know what I'm saying? I guess he was an actor or something like that. And he got a phone call because He got kicked off the set of a movie or a show because the lady, you know what I'm saying, he was supposed to be working with was going to get him for sexual harassment or whatever. And the way he was talking, he's like, yo, that's not what happened, blah, 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 blah. They come to find out he was the one that double booked that house because it was his house on Airbnb. So what happens is he decides to, I guess clear his head, go to the house, walk in, because at that point, I guess the people should have been gone already. So he comes to find out that he sees bags and stuff still there. And then he sees a chair, like, blocking the basement door, because that's the chair that the girl put there earlier to keep the door from shutting again. So he winds up, going down to the basement, investigating like an idiot. Well, I can't really call him an idiot because he didn't know what was going on, but he went down to the basement to investigate. So come to find out, same thing, you know what I'm saying? But this time he ran into the girl instead of the creature, the lady, you know what I'm saying? So she's trying to shush him or whatever, trying to, get him and her out of there. But come to find out, it was pretty much a trap for him. You know what I'm saying? And then it cuts back to, before the neighborhood where that house was located in was run down or whatever. It was a guy that was living there. And then his neighbor was talking to him saying, yo, we need to move. His neighborhood's going to hell, blah, blah, blah. But the neighborhood looked nice and pristine. I'm not sure, but this looked like it probably took place maybe 20, 30 years ago. I'm not really for certain. But the dude, I think he was like an electrician or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he looked depressed, you know what I mean? And come to find out, I'm not going to say what happens with him or who that lady was in the basement that was, basically kidnapping people and doing whatever. Because the fucked up looking creature in the basement was actually a woman. So she was basically, what the basic premise was, she was trying to, kidnap people so she could keep them as their children. You know what I mean? And that's saying without, saying something without spoiling too much. So it does cut back between, to the woman and the guy that was stuck in this little pit, you know what I'm saying, where the creature, she shoves a bottle in between the bars so they could drink because she's treating them like her babies or whatever. So the woman is drinking or whatever, right? But the guy, he refuses. And the woman's trying to warn him, look, you don't want to make her mad because it's consequences. And when she gets upset, basically somebody dies. So the creature jumps down there, gets into the dude's face or whatever. And then I think, let's see, what happens after that? If I'm not mistaken, I think the lady escaped or something. No, she brought the guy back upstairs with her. The creature grabbed the dude, brings him upstairs, right? And takes him into the room where the camcorder was, I believe. Or, no, it was another room with a TV. And they showed the lady breastfeeding the baby. So she was trying to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess this creature was obsessed with having, humans for children or whatever. So she's trying to breastfeed this dude. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. Like, I say in the middle, near the end, the movie became kind of like a comedy to me. You know what I'm saying? The shit was more comedic than horror, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So the lady winds up escaping, getting out of the basement, right? So she makes it outside. Now, this is the crazy part, y'all. She makes it outside. And then the creature realizes that she's gone. So, she turns her attention on her. And then the lady gets inside her car, her Jeep. And then the lady comes and then she tries to, get to the woman, but the woman runs her over. And the creature is like, you know what I'm saying? Like her body gets impaled into the house. And it looks like it appears she died or whatever, but after a while, the lady gets out of the car because the shit is just total. So she gets out, and then the woman's just laying there. So the dude in the basement is walking around, you know what I'm saying? Trying to find out what's going on. And then he comes into this room where this old guy was in bed. And the old guy looks similar to the lady, you know what I'm saying? They both look fucked up. And now this part right here, I'm guessing the old guy, the guy that was in the bed, was the same guy that was in the house in the flashback. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm assuming. So the dude is talking to him or whatever. He's offering to help him out or whatever, but the guy instead just picks up a gun and shoots himself in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like just blow his own shit out. So the dude was like, okay, oh shit, all right, let me get up out of here. So the dude finally makes it out too. You know what I'm saying? Out of the basement. And then him and the woman, they meet back up with each other. And when they get back outside to the front, the creature is no longer there, impaled. Like it disappeared. It's gone. So the black dude that was chasing her earlier, it turns out he was trying to warn her not to go back in the house. Just like earlier in that day, or earlier, the day before or so, or whatever, the lady that she was interviewing with was warning her to not be in that area. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The black dude let him out and then took him to his hideout. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like a homeless dude. So the dude was he was pretty smart. He said the whole time, the whole 15 years he was living there, the creature never, entered his hideout or his little setup or whatever. Because it looked like he was living out in the back of a complex or something. Now to nowhere, this damn creature shows up, right? Now this is the funny part right here, yo. She attacks the black dude, rips his arm off, and start beating him with it. Hey, does that remind y'all of something? The fatality from MK4 or Quan Chi rips your leg off and starts beating you with it. Yo, that shit was funny as hell, man. I ain't even gonna lie, yo. Like I said, man, this movie is more comedic than it was serious, man. So the dude, the guy and the woman, you know what I'm saying, the chick, they run off and they make it to the top of this. I forgot, was it a water tower or something? They got to the top or whatever. So they was trying to, you know what I'm saying, come up with a plan to escape the lady or whatever. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Because what happened was the lady eventually made it to the top. So the dude, no, what happens is this, right? It's now coming back to me, and then I'm getting to the end. So what happened when the guy was walking around in the dark or whatever, he took the same gun that the dude shot himself in the head with earlier. And then he was just walking around like trying to find his way out, and he took the gun just in case he came across the creature again. And then the lady was in the basement too, you know what I'm saying? So she was walking around there, and then apparently he thought that was a creature. So obviously he didn't know it was the girl, so he shot her. And it looked like he killed her from what I saw, because when she was laying there, her eyes were open. You know what I'm saying? So he helps her out the basement along with himself. And then that's when they came outside and seen the creature that, disappeared from the wreckage of the Jeep in the house. So that's when, he helps her get to the top of the roof or whatever. The creature then shows up. The girl's like, she's injured, but she's still, alive. She's still able to walk around, you know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to help her or whatever. So after that, the creature wants the woman. And the guy, he figured it out. You know what I'm saying? He really wanted her. Like, she really wanted her. But she wanted him too. And then he said something crazy. Now, I'll say this. The dude was ruthless. Because he's like, you want your baby? And he tossed the ass off the roof, yo. Like, he tossed her off the roof. And then the funny part was the creature jumped off the roof after her. But what I didn't understand was the woman fell off the roof first. Then the creature. But then when you look down, the creature's under the woman, which is possible, but you know what I'm saying? Not likely. So the creature basically broke her fall. You know what I mean? So the dude winds up getting back down there. And then he's, inspecting the situation. He's looking at everything. You know what I'm saying? It looks like she's dead. And then it looked like the creature was definitely dead. But come to find out, it wasn't, because it got back up. Stuck her fingers in the dude's eye sockets, you know what I'm saying? Like pushing his eyeballs completely in, and then ripping his head in half. Like I said, the kills are gruesome, but it wasn't that many. It was like maybe 2 or 3. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was about 3 kills, at best, at max. You know what I'm saying? So the creature is expecting a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she basically wasn't trying to kill her. You know what I mean? She wanted her as her baby. So the woman eases her way to the gun that's on the ground, picks it up, points it at the creature's face. And then she says something and then shoots it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what finally kills her. So after that, as soon as she pulls the trigger, the credits come on. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying, jumping back and forth between her walking away all injured and then the credits. And that was pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? The lights came back on in the theaters because usually if it's like a post-credit scene, most of the time the lights will still be dim. But it wasn't. So I'm assuming there was no post-credit scene. If it is, let me know because I'll go back and look at it. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the movie right there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, the last part of the movie was a joke to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the first half, I'll admit it, the shit had me on the edge of my seat. But after that, I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the movie Barbarian, y'all. So if you want to check it out, it's still in theaters right now. So you got a chance. And if you stay, for the review, hey, I spoiled it for you. I warned you in the beginning. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.